Welcome back, everybody, to more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. Today, we're going to try and clear out Onderon, the story of Isis. I apologize, I am having some difficulties. Start watching, we'll go ahead here. There we go. Hopefully I can actually see, work, and manage with this chat system here. Get these wires uncrossed so that my stuff doesn't conflict with one another. Alright. So, I lost track of what the hell I was about to do. Oh yes. Let's not dare to be stupid. We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. Okay, so now we get to fight more HK assassin droids. I hope everybody's ready.
Unnecessary observation. You are eliminating many of us Jedi, but such actions only delay the inevitable, annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications, recitation, and bring about the termination of hostilities.
Oh, you guys really are just that dumb. Two down. Three down. I guess they all don't explode. It's just the first one you fight that explodes. It's kind of weird. Yeah, they have, the HKs were actually supposed to appear in a ridiculous amount of locations. And anybody who's never actually seen the Restored Content mod is now just kind of starting to figure this out. By the way, get ready to see that dickhead again who supports General Vaklu. He's very, very, very much what I would call an overly active kind of supporter. Western Square.
Tinachara, Granacha, Ganoiso, Totorano Kran, Tarando Nosh Miwanahoto, Rakichi Sa, Donacinto Norokipa Shakani, Rakichi Sa, Donacinto Norokipa Shakani, Dakosha, Nichotono, Pontacha Corso Waman, Gotashjuna Rananashani, Visitisa Cholo, Jumkarataka, Chonobograwe.
There's only one thing that bounty's gonna make all of you, and that's very, very, very dead. About to lose my freaking droid. Good God. Have him activate a shield for himself. Pop a couple of advanced repair kits. Pop a shield. Good God. I didn't think they were going to kill him that quickly. Shit. I guess that's what I get for underestimating my enemies. But to be fair, with how fast I was slaughtering them, I really didn't think it was going to matter. So that happened. guys.
A lot of credits to be made around here lately, if you have the right skills.
Heard of any good finds?
For some reason, there are people that are even salvaging in the middle of the streets. Not really sure why that goes on or why it's allowed.
He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's here right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here.
Where is he?
A soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
Mandalore, could Dagon have done this?
He's certainly capable of it, and probably stupid enough to get caught. But we need him, suspicion of murder or not.
What tower?
It's the turret tower on the other side of the market. Captain Riken is the man to talk to.
Thanks for the information.
If you talk to him, tell him I got his 20 credits.
I don't even know who the hell you are. But sure, I guess I'll pass that along.
I am 1B-AD, an automated droid vendor. I have in stock a variety of quality droid components, no refunds, and no haggling. Do you have any interest in my goods? Reinitializing complete. That goes against my primary behavior programming. Market conditions all set to 0. All prices now set to base cost value.
Oh my god. I forgot I could do that. I forgot you can hack that fucking droid. They give you free armor, basically, and weapons for your droids. Or, well, not free, but it's at a pretty big a discount. Jesus Christ. That was incredible. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, that was funny as hell. I don't know how the hell you do stuff like... They don't make games like this anymore. They don't. It's so weird when you actually finally find a game that really knows how to just give you a million options and let you do this most heinously stupid shit. And I didn't even get dark side points for that either. Oh, hey, look, more bounty hunters. I guess I should save before I wipe them off the face of existence.
Sommogo dosi sheba dente school mo bram tavan sochu. Da come just mak miki baranye doso.
And exactly how do you know me?
Yatuka uwanrika chotin wani maurata wakata chi lumalisma. Kavadumpa mo wendido chokerembi norta kunyun wishchava.
You're all going to die. Get out of my way! I'll spare anyone who surrenders. But you have to surrender now. Oh, Bounty Hunter Starport visa. Interesting. Thanks for all the things, dick. Bounty hunters. Hopefully they'll learn eventually they're not my match.
General, we have found them again.
Have we, Tobin? Or is this a preface to another of your failures? Consider the whole field, Tobin. Why would a Jedi risk all of this just to come to Isis?
The crew of the Ebon Hawk is elusive, General. We were warned about that, but we still underestimated them. But the fools are here, in Isis. The intel on this is certain. I'm ordering men loyal to us to take care of them now.
I think I have an idea. Hold that order. Have him watched instead. The Jedi may prove a solution to another one of our persistent problems.
You should have killed me when you had the chance.
I won't remain silent any longer. The Republic has actively attacked us. They attack our spaceships unprovoked. What next? An invasion? Perhaps they...
You fired on them, you asshole!
Will you let them bomb our city? No! If Queen Talia is so removed that she won't do what the people so clearly want, then we must show her with force.
That's it, Ponlar. We're taking you in. You've gone too far.
Brothers and sisters, let us rise up.
Don't do this, Ponlar. This is not going to help your cause, and innocent people are going to die.
Sacrifices are inevitable, but it is the price of change.
Soldier, call for reinforcements now.
The time of patience is over. Let's show them our resolve with force.
He's right!
Get arms! Kill the royalists! They're arming. We need backup. We could use your assistance. Try to disable them. If the mob grows, many more will die.
I will do what I can.
Thank you, Off-Worlder. We may have to hold...
I don't like what they're saying about the Queen either, T3. All of these civilians are absolutely weak and pathetic, by the way. None of them are actually going to threaten you. And the few that have weapons have a couple of little bob and stun sticks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Back again, Off-Worlder? I'm sure you have a starport visa. If I were you, I'd leave before too many more beast cages are stacked in the streets.
Do you have a man named Dagon Gent in custody?
We certainly do. He and several other people were picked up in connection to a murder.
Who got murdered?
Captain Sulio. She was in charge of the starport checkpoint. A good soldier. Your friend was one of the last people that saw her alive. So far, he's just a suspect. But if he did it, the punishment is death.
Dagon Gent is the only person I know with the contacts to help us out. We need to get Dagon out of custody.
How long is Dagon going to be questioned?
Until we either eliminate him as a suspect or find the real killer. Dagon has quite a record with the authorities. The Colonel thinks that murder isn't too far a stretch for someone like him.
Can I see him?
No way. We're under orders to make sure no one sees the murder suspects. Command is taking this very seriously.
How can I eliminate him as a suspect?
I know Dagon personally. He's one of the worst doctors I've ever heard of. But I can't see him deliberately killing someone. He was one of the last people seen with Captain Sulio in the cantina. Ask around there. I've heard he's got a good motive for killing her. If you can somehow clear that up and prove it wasn't him, Command will cut him loose. If I say any more, I'll get in trouble.
Alright, I'm on my way out of here. Come on. We gotta head to that cantina. Citizens rioting in the streets. Those people were fucking crazy. They wanted to kill Queen Talia. Over complete misinformation. They were lied to. The Republic didn't open fire on their vessels first. The Republic was open fired upon, specifically me, and I wasn't even riding one of their vessels.
Have any work that needs to be done?
Do I look like I need your help? That's fine, I'm not looking for a fight anyway. I want to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder. What exactly is your line of business? Do you know Dagon Gent? You know any reason why you would kill Sulio?
Bo gavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawa takometa kaplaya justingen.
How did you know Dagon?
Yutatanga kinamatura. Dahupa bo kawana bota entomesh mi.
Open starport visa. Thanks.
We don't like droids around here. Get the little one out of our room.
T3M4 is with me. Do you have a problem with that?
Just keep the flaming thing quiet while it's over here, then.
I'd like to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder.
If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance.
Do you know Dagon Gent?
I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Bekel's turf.
Who's Bekel?
She's a beast rider like me and our leader. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else.
Alright. By the way, the Beast Rider thugs here are straight up assholes.
Will ever get me my drink.
There's got to be something you need, something you want. I have connections, many I even have a rare lightsaber crystal. I really can't be any help with that. Let's just say I'm one of their usual suspects. Sort of comes with the territory.
She wants an open starport visa.
I thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right?
You look familiar too.
I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle.
I remember Daggery Minor.
Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars started by fallen Jedi. Do you still serve the Republic?
Not directly anymore, but I try to lend a hand when I'm able.
That's the first good news I've had in months. I was sent by the Republic Senate to investigate certain delicate matters that are happening on Onderon. It's worse than we feared. I have to get to Coruscant to deliver my report. But days before I was planning to leave, they started requiring starport visas.
Why is it so important if one world secedes from the Republic?
After the Jedi Civil War, the Republic was weak, and the cost of the Jedi Order was staggering. This entire region is unstable, and the entire Republic government could collapse. If Onderon secedes, other worlds may follow, and that can't be allowed to happen.
Why not?
Trade between our worlds has brought economic prosperity, and people just take it for granted. All worlds are now interconnected. The Senate also smooths over differences, and is a great instrument for peace. If the Republic falls apart, 1,000 little wars born out of petty rivalries will erupt over time. Eventually, the entire galaxy could be thrown into a dark age.
Shit. Okay, what were you doing here?
I really can't say. The most I will say is stay clear of General Vaklu. His ambition knows no bounds. I believe the people of Izes are absolutely correct. A civil war is brewing, and Vaklu may very well win if I can't get to Coruscant in time.
You might want to travel to Telos as well. There's a Republic representative there.
The journey to Coruscant would be more costly and attract more attention. But there are many freighters bound for Telos.
Couldn't you get a visa?
My mission requires the most extreme caution and delicacy. I don't want to risk going through channels to get a visa. General Vaklu is not above arranging an accident for me. I'm taking a great risk talking to you, but I'm running out of options.
I want to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder first.
What do you want to know about?
An acquaintance of mine, Dagon Gent, is being held by authorities. I'm trying to get him free.
Dagon Gent didn't do it.
How can you be so sure?
Because he was with me at the time.
Why don't you tell the authorities?
It's quite simple. Right now, he's accused of murder. If he's convicted, the sentence is death. If he's accused of espionage, let's say assisting a Republic spy, then the penalty for that is death. I'm afraid the Onderonians are quite fond of their death penalty. So if I stood up for him, he'd be trading one death sentence for another. I was with Dagon in his office at the time of the murder. He definitely wasn't involved with her murder.
I don't suppose anybody else saw you.
We were taking great pains not to be seen, which has a certain irony to it, really. If you can free him, please do. He's been invaluable with his help to the Republic. I only wish there was something I could do to help him.
Assuming we get Dagon free, we're going to have a few private words about this. Together, we fought against the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars.
I don't particularly like the idea that he's working for them now.
The information I have is vital.
I have an open visa
Really?
on me.
I've been looking for one for weeks. Thanks.
Here you go.
You've done a tremendous service for the Republic. Now I have to...
Get some light side points. Get a little bit of information.
Nice to meet you, Sentient. Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about?
Do you know Dagon Gent?
Know him. He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion.
Someone was saying that Sulio deeply humiliated Dagon the night she was murdered. That's very good motive.
She did? Oh no, by the 4 moons, what a mix-up. They got it all wrong. Dagon and Sulio were good friends. It's just when they got a little too much Juma juice, they'd carry on. They'd call each other all manner of things. It could get quite hilarious, really. But it was just friendly banter. That night, Sullia was in great form. Dagon and I were laughing about some of the choicer ones later. Yellow-toothed dung dweller. We bought her a couple of drinks afterwards. It may look strange on the outside, but it was just their habit. Their way of passing time during these dark nights. Listen, if the soldiers think that's a motive, they just didn't do enough digging.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dagon. But the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe some of these people will know more about what happened that night.
So what happened on the night of the murder?
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pizzat game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Sullia. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dagon Gent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Sullia was our friend.
Where did you find the body?
Just outside the door by the junk heap.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something. Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
And let's go. That droid being shot down. I wonder if the droid might actually have a recording of it. Ugh.
Welcome back. That would be Bohema's SOD-2. No, SOD-3. Or is it 2? Whichever one it was, he keeps losing them. I remember when I arrived, it was still smoldering.
What happened to
Who knows? Sometimes the slum dwellers shoot his serving droids for fun. This part of the quarter is getting more and more lawless, I'm afraid. When Dagon and I were waiting for the soldiers, we had to chase off some scavengers that were stripping SOD-3.
Do you remember who scavenged the droid?
No, I'm afraid there was quite a crowd growing. We were seeing if there was any way we could help Sullia. There was nothing we could do, of course. She was dead.
Dahupa, bo sakurata, go jujutu yoki. Hiata yamba wajia. Hunta chiwita.
Damn it.
Donose. Dawa Josimu Poinda Rakawa, Ichirin, Lomabe want to su in Wamagro. Loka Kamaran and Doso ran with no chabi in Wamagro.
He wants an open visa as well.
Greetings, Master. That 1B-AD was built and programmed by Tolos the Trader. 1B-AD was built to buy droid components for below base cost value. That goes against my primary...
Some of the... Go back to your ship off-worlder. This is our part of the merchant quarter.
Beasts are acting up again. You a writer? Last thing we need is more competition.
It's not much, but enough to live on. I bet the scavengers on the destroyed planets are rich.
There's something I can help you with?
Hard to keep the beasts in line nowadays.
What do you want? Not really, I just...
Do you have a visa? Let's just...
Welcome back. That would be, but who knows? When did... No, I'm afraid.
I've been all over the galaxy, and this has got to be the worst service.
Charanana Gundoso, Remina, Kedrakutu, Katada, Karatora Padano, Ringatel, Camarada, Telefibu, Nubu, Karana, Chanigara.
Ahima, Nico, Panar, and Kith.
This room... That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where... That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There's a droid vendor called 1B8D. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for...
Guy is an asshole. Pretty much, like, for some reason, a lot of the Beast Riders are dicks. Which is weird, because, like, the first Beast Rider you meet is actually a decent guy.
being smashed. Entity Behemoth. Market rate for those parts. Thank you.
Kif in the cantina could probably do something.
This is how we figure out that those are like this is actually how we figure out who killed Captain Sulio. We just need to go talk to Kif, and he'll happily do the work for us. Kif's not actually a bad guy. He just kind of opens starport visas.
No sanasika. Da wancha morichiwa. Da hupa, bo sakurata, go jujutu yoki. Hiata yamba wajiaki, yukito tune.
Ah.
Kawana bota yutatanga kinamata.
Here's the droid's final
Hello
feat.
there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
Kawana bota yutatanga kinamatura.
Nico! Nico!
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak. Foul business, that is. If it'll help Dagon, you got it. There's no way that Dagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Nico, is it? And the Offworlder. What brings the two of you here?
Dagon Gent couldn't have killed Captain Sulio.
That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
Well, here's the thing. The proof that I recovered is proof that you should already have if you did your job right.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Bazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Gent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive.
They weren't really fighting. The regulars of the cantina can vouch for that.
Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Dagon clearly hated each other.
But she wasn't killed until nearly closing time. It wasn't the heat of passion.
What he meant to say, Major, is that they were friends.
So these two were friends? A friend would never say such things to another friend. You expect me to believe...
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima, the bartender, can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. But there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime.
So were other people. Some salvagers were stripping the serving droid there within a minute or two.
So what? What matters is who was there first. An eyewitness said he came from his office almost immediately. The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sulio was killed, and he did not have an alibi.
He came from his office, but a recording of the murder shows the shot came from the opposite direction.
And I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dagon Gent. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Gent free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's going to be on your head.
He didn't do it.
The men will be working on getting Dagon Gent out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. You're quite a team. Together, you got the Major to back down. That's no small feat.
The Major seemed particularly unwilling to believe Dagon was
The
innocent.
investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to say anymore. Probably said too much already. If you head over to Dagon Gent's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
No, what you need to do is realize that it is not your duty to follow the edicts of a moron.
It had definite class, but I prefer being out on my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one.
Why the hell were you locked up in the first place?
Wrong place, wrong time. Captain Sulio and I were acquaintances. I just happened to be too close when she got dead. Real shame. She wasn't bad to look at, and she could drink.
You have any idea who killed her?
No, and at this point, I don't care. Just glad to be free.
You don't care?
She's dead now. Not like finding whoever did it will bring her back. I deal with death all the time. We all end up like her eventually.
Mandalore said you might be able to help me out. I need to get in touch with someone from the palace.
Not many people can help you out with that. Did several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hut's vault. I know a few people, though. Who do you need to get in touch with?
It's a Jedi Master.
A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. It's quite a bounty in Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but if there's a master there, I think I know who it is.
Can you get in touch with someone inside the palace?
There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of springing me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodiscs that they nabbed. So here's the punchline. I need those discs because they have some contact information on them. People I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure. And that holodisc has the procedure.
Who has them?
The Kells gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one that cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. You take Mandalore with you, though, you should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisc. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.
Fine. I'll do it. Keep in mind, this guy's a doctor, so him having all these chemicals lying around kind of makes sense. He'd use them for medicine. So, after all that work of springing Dagon Gint, which, by the way, all of the work that we did that exposed that Dagon wasn't the murderer, anybody could have fucking done that. And if they were military or police security, more than half of what we did, they should have done.
What do you want here, Offworlder? The room is taken. The whole cantina is taken. You should leave.
You have something that belongs to Dagon Gint. I want to get it back.
And just how do you intend to do that?
I was hoping I might be able to buy any holodiscs you get from his office.
It isn't for sale. I warned you, Offworlder. Kill him.
Oh, well, can't say I wasn't decent about it. Get out of my way or I'll break you in half! Oh, would you look at that? Permanent +1 on each of those. You can get a lot out of that.
found the encrypted holodisks yet. Great going there. With these, I'll check my contacts at the palace. I should be able to get a meeting with your Jedi Master shortly. You got anything you need to take care of in the quarter, you best do it now. You're dealing with serious politics by contacting me. If things go bad during a meeting, you may not be welcome in ISIS anymore. Perhaps never. Just let me know if you want to go through with this.
Contact the Jedi Master now.
Yeah, I'll get on it. Grab a cot and rest a bit. Once I get a meeting time, I'll let you know.
Is this meeting a trap? I can't afford to lose you, especially given recent events.
Anything could be a trap. That clue is no fool. But if the message is true...
Is this necessary? I can guarantee your safety in the palace, but outside these walls, the General has many men that would do anything for him.
Nothing in life is certain, Your Majesty. But I feel something. There is a disruption in the Force. I must investigate this.
Very well. But please, be cautious.
Aren't I always?
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Well, the meeting is on. Head straight to the cantina. Your guys should be in there. And no offense, but I hope I never see you again.
You must have gone through a lot to arrange this meeting. The palace is a
You
full
have
battle
no
readiness.
idea.
Smuggling in a message is no small task.
Master Kavar. I didn't know you were still alive.
Kavar, the famed Jedi Guardian. The Mandalorians counted on the fact it would be you, not Revan, who would lead the Jedi against us during the Mandalorian Wars. I wonder how we'd have fared against you. I thought you were killed fighting Malik during the Jedi Civil War.
It seems my former student keeps curious company. Strange times lead to strange alliances, though. No, I survived the war. If only just. Why are you here? I imagine that you hold little love for any on the Jedi Council anymore. Even an old friend.
I didn't expect you would turn on me too, Kavar.
You have to understand that it was a time of great uncertainty. We just learned that Dark Revan was back with an armada. Every Jedi that went with him was lost, corrupted, and as dark as their master. And then there was you. Many thought you were a spy, but there's more to it than that. And I think you deserve an explanation.
Am I interrupting? In orbit, I thought for sure that the Ebon Hawk was mine. I was sad, only to see you slip through my fingers during the battle. Imagine my delight to discover you were on Isis. Quite careless, if you ask me. Get them, men, and watch your aim. Civilian casualties cause a mess of paperwork.
Go to the palace. I'll get word to you when I'm able. Run!
What? What have you done to my man? Blast! Men, take care of him. I won't let Kavar escape.
Of course we're not going to harm innocent bystanders, T3. You really want to start a fight here? Fine. Don't blame me for your fate. Yeah, and if you'd have paid me just now, I would have allowed you to, idiot. I have to hack all of you apart, I will. There's an awful lot of you today. But if I were you, I'd get out of my way. I just got an extra set of Zeiss and Shaw warrior armor. Nice. I would have let you live, but all you had was fight. So be it. Now all you have is death.
What's happening in the West Square? It sounded like battle. Command's ordered comm blackout. Do you know what's going on?
Vaklu's soldiers have been attacking.
What? Why? That makes no sense. Command hasn't issued any alerts. Are you sure it wasn't some of those Beast Rider slags? They've been getting bolder recently.
It's broad daylight. They were wearing uniforms.
You must be mistaken. Soldiers just don't attack civilians without orders. If it weren't for the comm blackout, I'd check with Command. Just head to the safety of the Merchant Square, citizen. We'll send a patrol to investigate as soon as we can contact our HQ.
Not all the military is after us. Still, Vaklu can throw a whole army at us. I think we've outworn our welcome over here. We should head over to the spaceport before General Vaklu invents some charges against us. Then we'd be in real trouble.
No, we really wouldn't. Because then I would just be killing them and I wouldn't care.
This terminal, I should...
You know what to do. Let's do it.
You're in my way. Stand aside. What the fuck is it with everybody in this city and trying to kill me? Come on!
The diagnostic is doing something strange. Target acquired. What the hell does that mean?
These defense turrets have been hijacked to attack us! Destroy them!
Your visa's been scanned. You're cleared to leave. I'd leave right away. Things are going crazy in this quarter.
Trust me, pal, you have no idea.
The shuttle is just ahead. I think we should get out of here fast. It's gonna be some time before they forget about us here. No more trips to ISIS for us until the situation changes. A lot.
You make it sound like they almost had us, Mandalore. Or should I call you Canderas Ordo? It should be obvious by now that that's who that is.
Unnecessary observation. Annoyed rest. Ratio achieved.
Who wants to die first?
I will destroy you!
Failing, master.
Come on! Let's get the hell out of here!
Back. The shuttle is going to stay docked here until further notice. I'm not ready to part company yet. It sounds like you have a lot of traveling to do. So do I. I'm going with you. The Sith have taken a particular interest in you, and you could use an extra blaster. I've been meaning to leave Duxon to look for other Mandalorian clans anyway.
That sounds altruistic. I didn't know you had it in you.
I don't have it in me. It's a matter of self-interest. The Sith aren't known for sharing power. If the Jedi Order is destroyed for good, it's inevitable that the Sith will dominate the Republic, and then my people will be eradicated or enslaved. Helping your cause is a matter of necessity. Mandalorians helped Exar Kun during his war. We know firsthand how we'd fare in the service of their like. But that's enough for now. We'll have time to talk later.
The Ebon Hawk is patched up and ready to go. When you're ready to depart, we can ask the guide here to take us back to the ship.
So be it. These are all the remains from those
The Mandalorians will rise again.
Sith assassins that attacked this place.
Ready to head back. Follow.
Let's go. Alright, we need to make a brief stop at Dantooine before we do anything else.
Command, you will talk. Defiant statement. There is nothing you can do to me. Do your worst. Agonized exclamation. My photoreceptors! My photoreceptors! Statement. I shall up the charge of your circuits next time. Now, answer the question. Posturing statement. I will never talk. Statement. Then I will have to settle for your screams.
That is one sick droid.
I didn't even fucking know he did this! I missed this last time!
My prisoner has revealed something of interest. Allow me to share it with you.
What do you mean,
I
Pizarro?
never
What,
saw
again?
that.
This is Ronto Scrag. What house rule says I have to go first? Yeah, well, I'm still not convinced you aren't cheating.
Warning, if you draw another ±1 card, I will enact assassination protocols.
This droid is cleaning me out. Pazak. Well, I'm playing. It's cheating. Whatever, cheater.
Oh, this is gonna be horrible. That was bullshit.
Well, check it again. Just check the damn connector. I don't trust the diagnostics because I don't like... Well, whatever you call that. Yeah, well, if I'm mean to...
He's such a dick to T3. Oh, this conversation.
Don't you ever give it a rest? Fine, don't mind me. I just need to get some stuff from the cargo hold.
She's not minding you if you haven't noticed. Although it's funny that it unequips her gear and just kind of leaves her naked like that.
You know the first tier of styles, but you're holding back because I am unarmed. Tell me where you were trained.
What can I say? I'm a quick study.
You're also a liar.
Few know the Achani styles by reflex.
Oh yeah? Guess you saw a lot of the world while you were freezing your cargo hold off in the Ice Academy. Didn't you, sister? Next time I walk in here, I'm carrying a blaster. Oh yeah, one other thing. Don't think I haven't noticed the way you've been sparring with our ex-Jedi friend. This isn't some pleasure yacht. So if I did know all the Achani movements, I might know more than just the first tier, including the etiquette rituals. So keep your hands where I can see them.
Fool.
Shut up.
Why are you such a dick?
That is how flesh and blood fights. Let me show you how one fights when one's life is the Force.
I won't let you harm him. I have heard of your kind. You worship strength, when all it does is rot you from within.
You echo another's words, and as an echo it lacks strength. Who is it who has taught you of the Sith?
I will not reveal my mistress, and I will not allow you to harm the one I travel with.
I cannot harm him. His wound lies deeper than any blade could reach. That is why I follow him, and protect him.
Protect him? I do not believe you.
You do not believe that I would follow him to death. Certainly you have read as much in my movements as I have in yours. There's no shame in your feelings, sister of the Achani.
Be silent. You know nothing of what you speak.
You are alone and wounded in your own way. I can feel its pulse, like a heartbeat from the past. But if you will not believe that I mean him no harm, then believe this. I wish to learn from him. I wish to learn how it is he still walks, when his spirit is nothing more than a shell. When you feel as though the Force, as if life itself has abandoned you. I had a question for you, sister of the Achani. The exile. What does he look like?
Like a man, but it is more than that. And I do not have the words. He shows kindness, both small and great, to strangers. He does this without hesitation. He has accepted me, even though he and my mistress are not allies. All I know is he makes me doubt the words of my mistress, one whom I have pledged to serve.
Such feelings are not unknown to me.
And I fear such doubts Could it be my mistress was wrong about him? That perhaps he did not seek to betray the Order?
None of the Jedi who went to war were trying to betray the Order. God, I hate that!
She doubted as well. There is a feeling that emanates from him. Like a sound from far away that has traveled a vast distance to reach here.
Like an echo. Your words are well chosen, Sister of the Achani. I will not harm them. But it is not me you should fear. There are darker things in the galaxy than a blind one such as I.
Oh, this is interesting.
Statement. My memory core has suffered some damage. Statement. Yet somehow, a gap in my circuits makes me feel as if I should remember you. Statement. This is all the more important since during my routine inspection of all potential escape routes from this vessel, I made an interesting discovery. Observation. The navicomputer is voice-locked. As a consequence, you are now responsible for course corrections and astrogation. Statement. That is indeed a great burden. It also raises many questions. Query. Why would someone lock the navicomputer? Answer. Presumably to hide where one has been. Statement. I believe you've been somewhere. Somewhere you wish to keep hidden.
He shot him with an ion laser. Interesting. Even more interesting, HK-47 is right here. And he's fine. And I don't know why.
Query. Is there... Statement. Huh? State. Very... Query. In... Statement. Statement. I suppose so, Master. But I would need to know who voice-locked it. And regrettably, I do not have that knowledge. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid for its class. Theory. Well, Master, I believe I was shot repeatedly. Once reduced to my component parts, I suspect pieces of me were sold across the galaxy. Statement. I am an extremely valuable piece of equipment after all, Master. My parts were no doubt costly to obtain, and their new owners hesitant to part with them. Statement. That is indeed unfortunate, Master. I would be most distressed if you were to shoot me, attack me, or dismember me in any way. Answer. Come. And this...
I still don't have enough influence with him yet.
Yes, Jen.
Yes? For the fight. Then let...
Oh wow, an Ichani Vibro Sword. Shit. I seem to have a slightly better dodge chance this time. Jesus Christ, she hit me for 95 damage! What the dick? Yeah.
You fought what?
Wow, I'm actually dodging really well this time. Okay, the improved flurry. Yeah, so the flurry was definitely the problem because it was crippling my ability to actually dodge her attacks.
You fought well indeed. You have... Before you go, why did you go back? Face trial. I see. It was always something I was curious about. To walk to one's own sentence willingly. It's a brave thing. I think you are ready for the final tier I wish to teach. You have made much progress. For this you may use any melee weapon and any shields you possess, but nothing else. No. We shall...
She one-shot that energy shield. God damn.
Atris was correct about you. You know war, its motions and currents. There is nothing more I can teach you. I have already learned much. Combat among the Ichani is a personal thing. Repeated duels are not what they are in other cultures, and I would rather that this not become more than it is. And I have taken an oath to Atris against studying from a Jedi. What I desire is... My father broke his oaths. He shamed us all. I do not wish to follow his path. If I were to follow a Jedi against Atris's wishes, then I would be betraying her for you. This is a difficult thing for me to say, but I ask that you be silent as I tell you this. It is my desire to learn from you what you can teach me of battle. I have already learned much in our duels, but with your stance, your movements, I can sense shades of meaning and an echo of something I have yet to experience. Atris said that you were the only Jedi to have survived the Mandalorian Wars, that you had stared into the heart of war and only turned away because you were forced to. I do not believe her. I believe that you made a choice, as my father did, and that is important to me, more than you know. And you are important to me more than you know. I will accept whatever you wish to teach me, though it breaks my oath to Atris. I shall await that time, but until then, I will need time to reflect on this. It is different to voice something you feel.
This now allows the handmaiden to become force sensitive and learn the ways of the force. From here on out, she will prestige as a Jedi and become a Jedi in that regard. It's very difficult to be able to get her to do that without access to very good combat skills and being able to beat her in her duels. If you can't do that, you basically can't get her to open up.
You know, I noticed a glow before, but now it's bright around you. You've come a long way since Paragus, and despite all we've been through, you seem a lot better. It shows. It's kind of inspiring, to be honest. Sounds good to...
What?
Something up?
Yes. That crystal is bonded to you. Through you, it acquires its character and strength. And through it, your power is enhanced. Most interesting. Your crystal does not perfectly reflect your current self. Remove it from your lightsaber, then ask me about it again. Is there something else you wish? There are countless reasons. Ask. She did nothing to your eyes that was not already there. She has forced this upon you, but such crude methods are the markings of the Sith. Close your eyes. Feel this ship around you. Listen to my words. Hear the sound of the handmaidens training in the cargo hold, her hands cutting the air. The welding of the droid as it goes about its work.
Hey, T3 has a stuck motivator.
Now, stretch out. Hear the rumble of hyperspace, the hum of the hyperdrive.
Hey, I can hear it catching it. It's not full
Ignore
of things.
distractions and focus on my voice. The breathing of the blinded one as she meditates in the dark. Now, listen deeper, past her breathing, and listen.
As my feet walk from the ashes of KOTOR, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and
I heard her thoughts.
You are strong indeed. What you heard were surface thoughts only, but it is something that masters have trained for years and never learned.
But how did I do that?
That is not the real question you should ask. Is such listening enough to perceive the world around you? It is not. Because to listen to the thoughts of another is much like attempting to see the universe only with your eyes. It is equally limiting. Now leave me be. I must rest.
You have gained +1 awareness and recovered some connection to the Force.
Yes? That is something we will leave until we possess a lightsaber. Very well. When I spoke of sight before, there is a similar handicap that tends to occur among those strong in the Force. They neglect their skills. Some believe they no longer need them. The greatest wielders of the Force are those that maintain some grounding to the more physical realities of the universe.
What do you mean?
Some wielders of the Force have mastered piloting, others the ability to fix and repair and build, from simple moisture vaporators to more complex machines such as droids and vehicles. One's ability to understand the human body and its ailments, for example, can make your powers within the Force more complete, more powerful, when you attempt to repair the cellular damage of another. And others have mastered the more subtle work of politics, persuasion. Do not doubt that a galaxy may be conquered with words, a republic overthrown, and an empire made, when such skills are honed. One's ability
Was that a slight reference to the original trilogy of Star Wars movies?
My warning to you is this. Do not rely on your companions to compensate for your weaknesses in skill. There will be times they will not be there to help you when needed. What skill would you say is your greatest strength? And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness? Then my task before you is this. Take your greatest weakness. As when you devote Yes. Very well. Very well. Sit with me. You have brushed the surface thoughts of another. It is a start. Calm yourself. This time, silence your own thoughts. Keep them still. Imagine the waters of the room of 1,000 fountains, each stream suddenly falling silent and still. Imagine the ice of Telos, cold and smooth as it gathers upon the plateau. Now, stretch out. Feel the ship around you. Strip away the metal and see the souls and minds of those that fill its corridors with more thoughts and dreams and worries than can fill the space of this ship.
As my feet walk from the ashes of KOTOR, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and...
If I up the Dubana gas levels in the carbine, that would be enough to punch a hole even in triple durasteel. And we'll need weapons like that if the Republic discovers the camp on Duxon.
From the first movement flows the second. Strike, repeat, circle one's opponent, repeat, faster, quicker. If Father had been faster. If only Father had been faster. If I was faster, I would no longer be the last of my sisters. But does Atris love him? Jedi do not love. Does Atris hate him? Jedi do not hate. This journey is harder than any she has sent me on.
Switch the face of the +1, -1 card. The totals are 9, 10. Switch the face of the +2, -2 card. The total is 8, 11. Switch.
Your command echoes still, General, and I obey, as I did at Malachor.
As my feet walk from the ashes of KOTOR,
Switch the face of the +1,
I shall
-1
not
card.
fear,
The totals are 9, 10.
for in fear
Switch the face of the +2,
Your command
-2
echoes
card.
still,
The
General,
total is 8,
and I
11.
obey,
Switch.
as I did at Malachor.
That sound in the background, what is it?
Not now. Focus on my voice.
Malachor.
Now do you hear me? Truly hear me?
I hear you. This is incredible.
You have taken the first steps on a much longer road, exile.
What about the droids?
The droids cannot be read in such a way. As for the alien who served with you in the war, its thoughts are more difficult, requiring many translations in meaning. Often it is better to read their impulses and images than their spoken thoughts. That is why he is deaf to you. I have found his impulses are cold, like a dead weight. His thoughts are black.
But I did hear something from Beodor.
Indeed. It is strange that I did not.
There's also... maybe it's because I know him better? I served with him.
Perhaps. I would not put much weight on such things.
There's also something wrong with
Of
Atton's
course there
thoughts.
was. It is because Atton was not playing Pazak, yet he counts cards in his head. At times, he will list off engine sequencers, memorize the hyperspace routes on the other side of the galaxy, count the ticking in the power couplings, even though they are fixed. At other times, he will imagine certain base lusts, certain indignities. It may be Atton is far cleverer than he feigns to be. Or perhaps he is simply a fool. Ask. Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him, how he made them his? But to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts, strong influence indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions, yet the answers are few. Oh, did they? No. Revan met no Sith empire, yet he learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and what Revan formed was not an empire, but something else. Yet how he did it is curious. And I suspect the answer to that question is tied to another. How was Revan able to corrupt so many so quickly? Not a one. But we shall see where our journey takes us, I think, and see how many answers we come across, yes? Ask. Ignorance. And perhaps they do not remember or care. It is of no consequence to me or to them.
You're lying.
Am I? Then perhaps you should know. There are techniques in the Force where one can cloud the memory of others, and on the worlds where we have encountered these Jedi, there is much life and death where sensing such things is difficult. As I said, it is of no consequence to me or to them.
Do you use that technique on me?
No, but if I did, you would never know, so my words only carry as much worth as you believe them to. But perhaps you will understand this, that perhaps it is important to me that you see me and my actions uncloaked. It is important that your judgments, whether be good or bad, stem from seeing me as I truly am. Then you are learning quickly. Distrust is an effective shield and should be carried always. Yes. Very well. Ah, I had wondered if... But your powers are strong indeed. There are places in the galaxy, strong in the Force, light, dark. They are born in places teeming with life, and in places that are filled with death. Worlds whose surfaces are graveyards, whose screams echo through the Force. It is possible for war, for men to give birth to such places, to leave wounds on the galaxy itself. What you heard was the echo of the past, and it travels still. The answer will come to you in time. It must. When there is nothing more that you may learn from me, when the ruins of your past have been cleared away and I am no more, then you shall know what it is. And if you do not, then the galaxy shall die. Atris herself is not as familiar to me as perhaps she should be, yet I feel I know her, yes.
What do you mean by that?
Because Atris's path is one I walked long ago, and it is a chapter of my life that has been read and closed. She has taken the first steps, I think. We shall see. Surely you felt the righteous anger, the spoken judgments, the lack of forgiveness.
You walked her path?
I was a historian once, gathering the relics of the Jedi, learning the ancient mysteries. Always there were more questions. One quickly learns that the Jedi Code does not give all the answers. If you are to truly understand, then you will need the contrast, not adherence to a single idea. That is why Atris and the others blamed me, sentenced me. They believed me responsible for Revan's fall.
You trained Revan?
You have already asked much. I do not wish to speak of this any longer. Yes? Very well. Of which did you wish instruction? It allows you to recover your strength with the Force more quickly, and it lends strength to your Force powers. It has no other drawbacks. Such a form is a gift, preferred of the Jedi consulars, and effective in combats where you must fight only through the Force.
Oh.
Very well. I confess its nature eludes me as well. It seems that at times of stress and pain, if they...
So I wanted to stay silent there for as much of Kreia's conversation as possible because a lot of what she was saying was actually very interesting and had a lot of really cool implications. But I felt like we should consider that. So I'm going to take my own personal crystal out of the lightsaber here. And then I'm going to go talk to Kreia about it because she wanted me to ask about it once I actually had it.
Yes. That crystal is bonded to you. Most interesting. Is there something else?
I did remove the crystal. Didn't I? No, it didn't come off. Huh. Did I hit the wrong button? I bet I hit the wrong button. It wouldn't surprise me if I clicked on the wrong thing. There we go. By the way, removing that crystal, it took most of the bonuses off.
Yes. That crystal. Let me focus on the crystal for a moment. There. Now it is fully in tune with you again. Is there something else you...
Alright, let's go put it back in the lightsaber. Awakening her, like, the Handmaiden's Force connection is very important. The rest of her level ups will now be dedicated as a Jedi class. +2 damage light side. +1 attack modifier, 2 blaster bolt deflection, restricted to light side or neutral. +3 dexterity, 2 strength, and 4 wisdom. Yeah, that adds so much.
Yes, Jeff.
Strange that I still don't have any unique dialogue with him at all. I might have to talk to him. Or bring him along in a couple of missions.
Something up?
Passes the time. It's better than listing off engine sequencers, memorizing hyperspace route.
Of course it's fixed.
Why do I play Pazak? Alright, I'll show you. We're not playing for credits. We're playing for... No, blasters stay in their holsters. Do you want a deal?
I see. The goal is to get as close to 20 without hitting it without breaking the set.
Good match. Now...
Right. And that's why I play Pazak in my head. Because if you don't,
You've left the door open, and anyone could walk right in. Of course you did. You see, Jedi, light or dark, do it, more often than you'd think. But I never heard one say they were sorry before. That's a new house rule.
No, I play Pazak in my head. But while I'm doing that, it's a lot harder for someone to walk in. No, I can only teach you to play Pazak. Do you understand what I'm saying? Good. Now you understand. All right? If you're ever fighting someone who has the power over your mind, whether light or dark, play Pazak. Start listing hyperspace routes, recite engine sequencers, and when they try to use their powers on you, suddenly it's not as easy as they thought. Jedi do it all the time. And when they walk in the dark places of your mind, they'll use it to hold you by the throat.
Permanent +1 to willpower saves. That is actually kind of annoying to get him to want to let you do. Alright, so before we go anywhere, I need to make a quick travel to Dantooine because there's one thing for Mandalore on Dantooine that I'm missing. Oh, hello. I forgot.
Has there been any sign of the ship?
No, mistress, nor any word of our sister. We do not know where they travel now.
The freighter. It is important. And I thought the droid was as well, but I was wrong.
Mistress, we still do not know the significance of the ship or the droid. We downloaded all you asked, but we are still no closer to the answers you seek.
Then perhaps we'll need to have faith that your sister will change her mind, remember her oath, and return to us with the answers we seek.
I hope so, mistress. But there has been no word of her since she departed with the other 4 on the freighter. Yes, mistress. The Iridonian, the Ichani-trained pilot, the exile, and the old woman.
Old woman?
Yes, mistress.
I do not recall seeing her.
Mistress, she was
that force technique Kreia just mentioned, she used it on Atris when we were there. Atris had no idea she was there.
Mistress, is there something wrong?
I am tired. I sometimes feel as if things are collapsing all around us. It is just at the edge of perceptions, waiting. I fear things will collapse before our enemies reveal themselves.
Yes, mistress.
I will meditate upon this. Perhaps it will clear my mind.
Betrayal. Machines. His passion for such things defies me.
It might be helpful if I made some changes to my remote's maintenance laser to do spot repairs.
Analysis. Such an improvement would be beneficial to maintaining optimal damage output in combat situations. Suggestion. Master, your technician should be put on this task right away.
Pebbles, Pebbles, stop! Pebbles! Stop!
All right then. I'll work on it when we get back to the Hawk.
Sorry, my cat
you should
just
be able to do some quick fixes.
started fucking with
you
one of
won't
my
be able to perform
wires.
serious repairs, but you should be able to patch up any broken droids.
And now he has a droid repair rig.
Why you won't let me take a look.
Statement. I've had quite enough tampering at the hands of unskilled meatbags such as yourself. I'm not eager to submit to this treatment now or in the future.
Unskilled meatbag? I'll show you unskilled.
Appeasement. I did not mean to imply that you were an unskilled meatbag, as incapable of performing rudimentary repairs as holding a hydrospanner. It is only that I am quite particular with my repairs. Perhaps when I am more confident in your abilities, I will allow you to examine my internal components.
So you fought against the Mandalorians in the war?
I was part of the war effort, yes. I worked as a technician, though.
But you fought on the front lines. To a Mandalorian, there is honor in that.
I could do without your Mandalorian honor. I saw the results of your honor. The absolute destruction your warriors brought. And look at them now. Mandalorians are little better than mercenary thugs. And what's honor to someone like that? All they care about are credits.
If I were you, I'd pick your words more carefully.
You fought for no cause other than to spread suffering and pain to the people you conquered.
Maybe that's what it looked like to you, but that isn't why we fought. We fought for honor and glory in the heat of battle.
You did nothing but murder innocents.
The Republic took us too lightly. We wanted to face the full force of their army. We had to goad them to fight.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you ask me, you Mandalorians just got what you deserved at Malachor.
Defeat is part of a warrior's life. We will recover, stronger than before.
Doesn't it even bother you that your people were almost destroyed? Or do lives have no meaning to you?
People die in war.
Well, I'm glad to have you guarding my back.
Fine by me.
General, what? Traveling with the Mandalorians. It brings back too many memories. Don't worry about me. I won't cause any problem. But if Mandalore steps out of line, I'll put him out the airlock. You're too trusting, General. Was there something you wanted me for? Sure, just something else. Yes?
Yeah, he really doesn't like Mandalore. He's extremely loyal, though.
Ready.
Alright, first of all, put some damn clothes on. Ooh, that's a really good modifier. Holy shit. Oh, she doesn't have weapon proficiency with lightsabers yet. Okay. We'll give her back her staff. For now. Now. They're out. Can I not unlock weapon proficiency with lightsabers with her? That seems very strange to me. Weird. The game is still classing her as a soldier. Okay, she must need to wake up to it.
Yes? Before and it when you may.
Okay, she hasn't woken up to it yet. I'm not going to mess with her about that right now.
lost after our defeat at Revan's hands. Assemble the rest of your clan. You will return to Duxon. We must come together as we were before and prepare to fight a new war. A war that will return us to glory.
And if I take that helmet from you, guess that makes me the new Mandalore. I've always wanted to be called that. I know all about your exploits, Mandalore. We have fallen far in the past years, but even still, I will not stand idly while a usurper claims to be my leader.
It is unfortunate that you feel that way. Perhaps I'll be able to change your mind. Stay out of this. This is my fight.
Idiot. Damn! Knocked him on his ass.
No, Mandalore. We will follow you. Good. I have no desire to spill any more Mandalorian blood today. Gather your clan and return to Duxon. You have seen the last of your mercenary days.
Yes, Mandalore.
He had an Ichani shield. That's the only thing I came to Dantooine for. There we go. Oh.
Yes? There is nothing. It is the way of the Ichani to be able to read their opponents. To know Ichani, the most only You are already doing it. If you do not know you are doing it, then training will make you a dangerous opponent indeed. Come, as we fight more, I will teach you. You are doing better. You learn. Perhaps it is your connection to the Force. Now you fight as an Ichani war.
Battle precognition allows you to add your wisdom bonus to your defense in combat.
Yes? I am training that.
What do you mean?
No. That too. That is untrue. You and the Iridonian Atris believe. The T. I hit. I will respect your. The men. It is not possible to dock at the academy. Yes, but I could not give them to you.
Something up?
Okay. I need to go to Nar Shaddaa. That's where we'll be picking up, I think, our last recruit. If I'm remembering correctly. If I'm remembering correctly, it'll be our last recruit. Oh no.
Well, here we are. The Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nar Shaddaa, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go.
Too many Mandalorians were scattered after the war, without purpose and without direction. Most became little more than raiders.
Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot.
What's Nar Shaddaa?
It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nar Shaddaa's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
That bad? I didn't think anything could compel you to bathe.
You spend all day thinking up that joke? Maybe you and Beodur should start a circus.
I fail to understand the reference, though I doubt your explanation would prove worthwhile.
Sounds like you've been here before.
Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice.
Alright, what's the refugee sector?
Not everyone who came to Nar Shaddaa were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians, and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy.
There's a whole lot of ex-soldiers from on Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah. Some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers. So others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. Become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy.
How hard would it be to find a Jedi here?
It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa. Finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in. Or find you once you arrive.
How hard will it be to hide here?
Shouldn't be too hard. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in. Or find you once you arrive.
Then let's take the Ebon Hawk in for a landing.
Plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's going to find us here.
If he only knew. And we won't be finding out about that directly until the stream after next. I am preparing to do a special challenge stream of Space Marine 2, clearing the hardest difficulty with me and one other friend. I welcome everyone who ends up watching to attend. Question mark? Oh, this.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While he walks upon the smuggler's moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Mababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu esrectonatada beer mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra.
Pani sukokran, jokramata storch ban locha. Joanna masaranka ma ramazurita. Keso juskrita lorsa. Yumacha fueko mikojira.
Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu. Febko emaream ga watasito insula rakarakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Mopi unawana si chokoratawa.
Request. If Goto's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
The Upobotenyo go Jucho Picha, Gwen Tabani Sochu, Norotoga Proto Lala Shishi, Jubadosa Jibacha, Ratak Mansan, Tokosha Nachitolo, Joanna Masaranka Ma Ramazurita, Keso Juskrita Lorsa, Nimacha Fueko Mikojira, Kawanabota Atagwa Kankadira, Yutaka Alwanji Umaliba, Tues Mahawika, Si Wawanta Mo Goika Wansoba, Wakama Nurawa.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Honta Nosaka, Jita Bedwana Maticha, Doveri Nincha, Yonona Shitasa Chuch, Si Machadana, Dona we searcha Makaran.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Never have I been to a place so alive with the Force, yet so dead to it. The contrast is like a blade.
Welcome to Nar Shaddaa. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours.
Are we gonna be okay on this landing pad?
Sure. Most of the landing pads around here are unclaimed. Or should be. They're pretty badly maintained, so they're not safe to land on. Well, I mean, not this one. But they all have the reputation, so we should be all right. I think.
The Ebon Hawk looks a little exposed.
Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system.
Any problems with the docking authorities?
No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of.
Let's
All
move
right,
on.
then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you.
If Zez-Kai-El is here, I want to find him.
Finding a Jedi or anyone else touched by the Force here will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult. But this moon does not get any smaller while we wait. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible.
Let's see where our path takes us then.
If you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad. Yeah? Well, it's the first I've heard of it. Tell you what, let me check it out. If you're cleared, then you're clear. No trouble. Never mind. It's not worth the trouble.
I may or may not be a massive dick. Huh. Have I made you neutral, HK? Don't worry, dark side points gained.
Ready to...
Why? Because I lied? Well, actually, maybe that makes sense. Optimal boot up ass ratio achieved. Here it is, the close combat feat. Anyone who carries a blaster needs that feat. Funny, he's not carrying one. Where's the disruptor rifle that I gave him? It's very weird that he wasn't carrying that. Eh.
Serve.
How's my... Wow, my light side score is pretty high. Yeah, he's not leaning much on the darkness anymore. Yeah, he's moved up to neutral. Oh my god. I've actually influenced them away from corruption. Alright, thank you all very much for watching. I've been Savage Hound Dusk. Please go check out my YouTube channel, Alpha Wolf, if you want to be able to see the rest of my Twitch VODs. All of them are moved over from here daily. Have a nice day.